How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Black Metal Rebellion. I'm your host, Jesse Morgan, aka Slammerella, and today we have another CDN Records giant unboxing here. Thanks to Craig for his 50% off sale in May. I took advantage of it twice this month, hell yeah. And today we have some black metal and some slam, both huge reasons why I assume you're at this channel and why you came here in the first place. Here's the nice big box in question, full of all the goodies. So we got 4 black metal albums in here, 4 slam, and kind of one that bridges the gap in between. So let's crack into this sucker and get opening it, shall we? Alright, let's see if that did anything. Alright. That should do it. Oh, packing peanuts. Well, I guess I'm gonna have some shit to clean up after. Oh well. Alright. Packing peanuts out of the way. Oh boy. Do not want to throw that. Nicely packed in some more bubble wrap. Sweet. Good packaging there, bud. Alright, I'm just gonna throw them back in here. So, let's start with the first thing in the box. And that is Eclipse Eternal with the Essence of Hopelessness. Hell yeah. Eclipse Eternal. If you don't know who they are, they're an epic black metal band from Toronto. About a 20-minute drive for me. And they are an excellent band. It lasted for quite a while. Some of their members have moved on to different bands now though. So they started in 1999 and went till about 2014. Besides this, which is their third album that was in 2011, they have 3 demos, 1 EP, and 4 full lengths. So yeah, pretty stoked to get some homegrown Canadian black metal. Their sound is pretty interesting. I know that they're listed as epic black metal, but there's a lot of unique things about this band, and depending on what album you get. So, alright, so there we go. There's a look without the wrapping on it. And there's the disc, just a bunch of nooses. And the guys there in the disc tray, very cool. Most notably, that dude there, he's on a couple of covers a lot. So, yeah, once again, excellent black metal band from Canada. If you are into kind of epic sounding and very progressive black metal, this is definitely it. As you can see, very cold, very frostbitten look about them. They're pretty good, for sure. Yep, that's the Essence of Hopelessness from Eclipse Eternal. Alright, next thing we got in here, it's a band called Asgol. There's a bunch of different black metal bands that kind of have a similar name to this. There's Asgol, and like a few other things. But this one, this Asgol, is a black metal band from Finland. And these guys started in 1998. This is their 7th album, and it's from 2008. These guys have a lot of different stuff. This could be even possibly a one-man metal band. I'm not exactly sure. Didn't really dive that deep into it. But besides this, yeah, they've got 3 demos, 4 EPs, and 11 full lengths. So they've got a hell of a discography to go through if you really enjoy their music. And once again, this is Omega from 2008, their 7th album. Just some excellent, straightforward black metal. Great kind of catchy black metal riffs, great vocals, really good stuff. I was glad to discover them on Craig's distro. So, but besides this, they actually went by Belphegor with an F back in 1995 and went till about 1997. They also went by the name Nargo Venter from 97 till about 98 before finally switching over to this band name. So, you know, maybe you'll find some stuff under that name as well. I haven't really gone into depth in checking out the previous projects, but yeah, just straightforward, excellent black metal from Finland. Check out Asgol. Next, some more Canadian black metal. This is Hexclad. This is their debut album with Spirit of the Stones, and it's from 2017. They are a folk black metal band from right here in Oshawa, Ontario. Local band to me, pretty cool. They are mostly ex-members of Pagan Ritual, and that project went from about 2007 till about 2014. But yeah, so it's got people from, I believe, Eclipse Eternal, Pagan Ritual, and I think one member from Battle Soul in this. So that's pretty sweet. There's quite a bit of different members from the local bands around here in this. So it's like a local band super group almost. But yeah, besides this album, they also released a single in 2019 called We Raise a Horn. Very folky, very melodic, very interesting stuff. There's also some pretty groovy, hooky riffs, and the vocals are pretty decent. Not the best black metal vocals, but nor are mine, so can't complain. Yeah, it's got, let's see here, Michael Grund on guitars, John Chalmers on guitars, Timothy Johnson on vocals, Claire B on the keys. They have Alex Snape on bass, Sterling Dale on drums, and there's even some cello on tracks 5, 7, and 8 by Raphael Brown. So lots of cool stuff going on in this. Kind of reminds me of like Pagan Ritual mixed with Fin Troll, mixed with a couple other different things that are really neat. But yeah, if you haven't checked out Hexclad yet, and you're into that pagan black metal or folky black metal sound with some groovy riffs and some pretty good vocals, check out Hexclad's Spirit of the Stone debut album. Hopefully they do some more stuff in the future. Oh, and also thrown in for good measure was this Hexclad sticker, so that's awesome. I'll definitely be putting that on my coffin shelf down here with the rest of the thrash and other black metal stickers and whatnot. So cheers. Alright, so besides that, we also have a split. I don't usually get too many black metal splits, but I've been having this just chilling in my cart for a while, or my wish list at CDN Records, and I finally pulled the trigger on it. And this is the Groen Pistons and Miasma split. We'll talk about the Groen Pistons as part of the split first. They are a black metal band with some industrial and dark ambient elements to it. They are from Florida, USA. That started in, I'm assuming 2004, but I could be wrong. But yeah, they also have 2 demos, 1 EP, and the split, the EP was from 2007, and it was called Marcosius. I'm assuming it's Marcosius. Wasn't really much to be found on these guys. They do have a couple of things if you're interested. I don't know if you'll be able to track them down on Discogs or not, but it's just some interesting industrial dark ambient black metal. The other band on this is called Miasma. They are the main reason why I got this split, and that is because they are a black metal band from British Columbia, Canada, so some more Canadian black metal. These guys started in 2004, and besides the split, they also have 2 full lengths. So they have their first album in 2006 called Of the Blood, and they have a second album in 2007 called Spirit Death. They got a couple of things to check out if you enjoy them. There's the disc and the booklet there, and behind the disc and the disc tray ashes to ashes, dust to dust, with, of course, a church burning. That's great. Anyways, not much to say about this, just some black metal, one band from British Columbia and the other from Florida, a Canada and US black metal split that has been sitting in my cart forever, and I finally pulled the trigger on it. So yeah, Miasma and Pistons, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, with the split Into the Fire of Isolation. Alright, so that's the end of the like pure black metal part of this. Next one is a blackened death and brutal death metal and melodic death metal and slam. There's a lot of labels that have been thrown on this band. I've even seen it be called blackened slam. But the band I'm talking about is Latrodectus, and they are I'm going to say for all intents and purposes, blackened death metal. It has elements of melodic death metal and brutal death metal and maybe some slams here and there. They're a very interesting and unique sounding band though, and there wasn't too much information I could find on them. For whatever reason, they come up in CDN records as Latrodectus instead of Latrodectus, so there's a C there, which made it even harder to find. But once you take out the C, they do have a metal encyclopedia page and a Facebook page and whatever. So they are from Cobourg, Ontario, Canada, about a half-hour drive from me, or maybe a little bit more because I'm in Oshawa. So they're still mostly local, Southern Ontario, and they started in 2013. This is their only album that they've released, no demos or EPs or anything. This is the only thing that they seem to have released, and this was released in 2016. It's got 8 tracks. As you can see on the back there, they have a, like I said, Facebook page. They've got a Bandcamp, if you can find it, and a Reverb Nation page. Do y'all remember Reverb Nation? That's been a while. I haven't used Reverb Nation since like 2011, 2012 maybe. And behind the tray, just their logo and some landscape there. Kind of looks like Mars or something, but pretty neat. I love the logo too. Wouldn't mind getting a shirt with the logo on it eventually. I don't know if there's anything in the... No, it's just a one-page insert. But yeah, pretty cool to have a band from Cobourg released an album and have it be like blackened death metal or melodic brutal death metal or slam or whatever elements they end up putting in this thing. It's a lot of cool stuff, a lot of great riffs. The vocals are on point. So if you can find anything by Latrodectus, do yourself a favor and check them out. There's the spelling for you if you want it. So yeah, Latrodectus with their 2016 release, Societal Demise. Alright, so moving on to the slam and brutal death metal section of this unboxing, we got more Vulvodynia. Last time you saw me get some Vulvodynia, it was their debut EP, and now I finally got their first album, and that is Cognizant Castigation from 2014. I'm not going to run down all of their albums and stuff like I did last time. If you don't know, they're a kind of brutal death metal / slamcore band from South Africa that started in 2014. Besides this and Lord of Plagues that I got last time, they also have 2 other EPs and 3 full lengths. So pretty neat artwork. I really enjoy that like tree celestial being looking thing, kind of like a sci-fi avatar looking god being. Pretty interesting. There's the back there. And I know some people aren't the biggest fan of Vulvodynia because it's not true slam, call the slam police, but it's still really enjoyable if you're not too fickle about true slam or true death metal or anything like that. If you're one of those people that can't stand any element of core, this obviously won't be for you. But if you got an open mind and you're down with just heavy shit, this is it. This is heavy as fuck. So yeah, and that artwork is just killer. I love the blues and the purple mix. I love like really colorful artwork when it comes to slam and brutal death metal and slamcore and all that jazz. Just really neat, eye-catching stuff. Even says there, if you can see that, South African bulldozer slam, but we all know it's not just slam. There's other elements in there going on, and honestly, the other elements are what really spices it up and gives it that extra little kick in the pants and sets it apart from all the other nameless slam and brutal death metal bands. So honestly, it's a breath of fresh air. Some of their technicalities in here is pretty crazy too. So yeah, lots of things to be said about Vulvodynia. If you got an open mind, check them out. This is their first album, Cognizant Castigation, from 2014. Alright, next we got some just straight up brutal death metal. This is Deformed Slut with Stench of Carnage. I don't know why I keep on wanting to hold it with this hand when the CD's on this side, but anyways, Deformed Slut, Stench of Carnage. This was their debut full-length album from 2011. Once again, there's the brutal death metal band with potentially some slams in there, maybe not, from Brazil that started in 2006. The only other thing they released besides this album was a demo in 2008 called Cadaveric Carcass. These guys were actually a pretty big fan of my project Humanectomy back in the day, and that's kind of how I got introduced to them. They're just like, hey, cool stuff, check out our band, you know, we'll support each other back and forth. So that was neat that they were introduced to me that way by letting us know that they were a fan of our project and our style. So yeah, really cool of the guys from Deformed Slut to, you know, show us some love and support back in the day. So I finally got around to reciprocating and picking up an album from them, and I had to. It's just really good stuff. It's got death metal, it's got brutality, it's got technicality, it's got like gutturals and just filthy guitar riffs, and like I said, probably some slams in there. I just can't remember. It's been a while since I actually sat down and listened to the thing all the way through, but you definitely should. It's a little dark to see, but I like the artwork. It's very ominous and creepy looking, almost like a 6 Feet Under looking style of artwork, maybe like True Carnage. Kind of has that feel a bit to me, but yeah, really good stuff. You'll enjoy it. They're also through Severed Records, if that matters to you. Just 8 tracks of just crushing brutality. So yeah, check out Deformed Slut with Stench of Carnage. All right, we're down to the last 2 things in here, so we might get this under 30 minutes. All right, the last thing I've been meaning to pick up for a while, because I love everything that Frank does in Corporifemia, and you know, if you enjoyed Cuff, Bob's also doing the vocals for this project. So after I had their 2018 EP Hideous Malformations, I had to pick this up eventually, and that is the full-length album by Existential Dissipation, and that is Cesspool of Remnants. Let's crack this out of the wrapping here and really dig into it. God damn, I got a lot to clean up. So there we go. There's without the wrapping. Really nice, cool blue colors there. Really pops with the red logo. Thanks to CDN Records for distributing this, of course. All right, inside we got the CD there, and the back cover of the booklet. On the inside, we got some more brutal artwork and the E and the D symbol there for Existential Dissipation. Yeah, so this was long awaited after that Heinous Malformations EP, and this is some heavy, brutal fucking stuff. So if you enjoy Cuff, or if you enjoyed Corporifemia or any of that, you are going to love this new album by Existential Dissipation. The fucking album matches my hair, for God's sake, so I can't hate that. But yeah, really good, just brutal death metal and slam, gurgly, haunting vocals, and the crushing riffs, and excellent bass. Yeah, they also feature a lot of different people on here. Some of the names may ring a bell to you. Jeff Joffreys, Mike Majowski, Larry Wang, Connor Butler. So they've got a few guest musicians in there. I'm not sure if they're all vocals or not. 9 tracks, blistering brutality and crushing riffs. Check out the new album by Existential Dissipation, Cesspool of Remnants. And for good measure, they even threw in the sticker. So, yay. More brutality to add to the coffin shelf. Alright, and the last thing in here is something that I newly discovered thanks to just kind of randomly checking out stuff on CDN records, discographies, and that is Drain of Impurity. This shit is just pounding and insane, and I really enjoy that artwork. Just once again, the blues and the highlights of the red and that just absolutely indecipherable logo. It just screams brutal death metal and slam. This is the most recent album by Drain of Impurity though, called Perdition Out of the Orbit from 2018. This is their 4th full-length album, and if you don't know Drain of Impurity, they are, once again, a brutal death metal and slam band from Ankara, Turkey. So that's pretty neat. Don't really get too many bands from there. And they started in the year 2000. Besides this, they also have 3 EPs and 4 full-lengths. It is a one-man band, and it's the guy from behind Cenotaph, or I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but yeah, he's also in that project and like 5 or 6 other brutal bands. So yeah, you can definitely expect a lot more from this guy probably in the future. He just seems to be just plowing through releases and releasing a ton of stuff every year. This is probably some of the heaviest shit I've heard though. So definitely check out Drain of Impurity, Perdition Out of the Orbit, and be sure to check out their other 4 full-lengths and 3 EPs and stuff from Cenotaph and everything else. So yeah, had to pick this up for sure. And man, just look at that brutal ass artwork. So good. And behind the tray, more just necro beasts eating entrails and shit. Pretty crazy. But yeah, excellent stuff from Batu Seten. I can't pronounce his name right, but that's what I'm calling it. Drain of Impurity, check it out. And that is it for this unboxing. Hope you enjoyed. I got some more stuff coming on the way. I just recently picked up a couple of things from my local used CD store since they just opened again. Of course, they're wearing masks and they're behind like a clear plastic border, and they get you to sanitize your hands and shit when you come in. But got some pretty decent albums and stuff from there. Look forward to that. Probably coming in a couple of days. Cheers, and thanks for watching. For glory, for the Rebel Alliance, Slammerella out.